I confess, dear friends, I'm at fault. I'm at fault. Sometimes, for a nice picture, I take the colorful ones. Well, that's what they call a traffic light. But actually, these ones are really tasty. Here are the little green ones, regular size, not too big. We don't need the big ones. They have thinner walls, and the meat cooks very quickly in them. It's no coincidence that these little peppers are called Dolma peppers in Azerbaijan. Well, over there in Azerbaijan, but of course everyone knows that the dish, stuffed peppers. I run my channel and write books not for professionals, but for beginners. For those who need to take their first steps in the kitchen to find their strength, confidence, and then cook properly. So today, I'm going to show you a very simple yet very delicious recipe for stuffed peppers. I took lamb for the filling, but actually you can use any kind of meat. It will be beef, but I don't know. If you eat pork, go ahead and use pork. And actually you can use anything, even chicken. Look at the onions, see how much there is. How much meat, how much onion. I don't know how many grams, and you don't need to think about that either. I've seen many times how someone was rushing between the scales and the timer, and then ended up making something delicious. The filling should be quite fatty. There's no such fatty filling. Or are you planning to cook, for example, with chicken? I completely accept that. Everything's fine. So add a little bit of butter to it, and it will turn out very tasty too. And for now, you see a bowl of soaked rice. How much was here? About 1.5 kilograms of meat, about 200-300 grams of onion. Of course, all of this needs to be salted. And of course, all of this needs to be seasoned. What should I season it with? The simplest and most reliable spice is black pepper. You can put about half a spoon of black pepper. That's enough. You can add some dried herbs. You can add some red pepper. You can add cumin. And I will add it. Why not? I find cumin tasty, and if someone doesn't like it, that's fine. No big deal. Let's not argue about taste. Hands are clean, everything's great. Mix the meat filling, it's important. Distribute it evenly. Onion, rice, salt, pepper. So nothing difficult. Did you notice that the onion in the filling was chopped, not ground through the meat grinder? Maybe someone will say that it's not chopped finely enough. Tastes good. Chop smaller for a nice look. Mix until sticky. Chop it smaller. It will look nice. Mix until sticky. Overmixing makes kebab filling. Let it stick to your hands for now. If you mix it even longer, you'll end up with filling for lula kebabs. Now here's the thing. The bell pepper is not salty. The filling is salty. You definitely need to salt the inside of the bell pepper. Each piece. And only then do you very carefully and gently take a spoonful of the filling and slowly, deliberately put it inside. The filling is excellent, very juicy. Any meat, and especially onions, release their juices when heated. And if you don't add rice, those juices will just start running out of the bell pepper. Otherwise, something will be sloshing around inside. Do you know what the rice will do? Rice is starch when it's hot. It absorbs moisture. When it's hot, it absorbs all the juices. The rice will swell, and all the juices will stay here. Inside, the filling is mixed with the rice. Don't pack the peppers with the filling too tightly. Well, so that there's room to grow. Some people leave the tops on, which is commendable. You can also do without them. The tops don't affect the taste at all. Well, there's some filling left, but the peppers are all gone, and that's okay. If you want to make a delicious sauce for cooking these peppers, you should saute it first. First in the oil, some meat bones. Today, those meat bones went into another dish. Well, it's not a big deal. So, we wet our hands in warm water, take some filling, and pat it down properly. I'm shaping a little meatball like this. What is dolma? This is also a piece of filling that has some kind of coat, a grape leaf, a bell pepper. You can also make dolma with onions. You can make dolma with eggplants. You can make dolma with tomatoes. They make dolma everywhere. This is such a bare dolma. Keftelino. Instead of using bones for the base of a good sauce, we're going to fry these very meatballs. So, that's it. Let's pour some oil into the cauldron. The meatballs will be ready in no time. And let's get started with our city style. Just one thing, we need to pour in the oil now. Maybe a little more than we'd like. The meatballs need to fry nicely in the cauldron. Do you understand me? Well, if it's too much, then we'll take out half of it. Once again, make sure to wet your hands. Wet your hands and take about 80-90 grams of the meat mixture. Don't weigh just the meat mixture on the scales. Take as much as you can fit in your hands. That's it. If you feel the meat mixture starting to stick to your hands, it means you need to wet your hands again. No worries, don't be concerned. This water won't ruin the meat mixture. Flour and roll it. The oil warmed up and smelled pleasant. I'm using good oil. Well, listen, it's all about what you take in, you know? You save on oil. When we fry something in oil, like chebureki, we won't be eating that oil. But this oil, at least part of it, we'll have to eat along with the sauce. That's why I chose good oil. But this oil, at least part of it, we'll have to eat along with the sauce. That's why I chose good oil. Why save a few pennies? That's why I chose good oil. Why save a few pennies? Well, how much oil is there? Will that be enough? Well, 100 milliliters, I don't know. Maybe 150 milliliters. And we used 1.5 to 2 kilograms of excellent ground meat. What's more expensive? You should fry the meatballs until they reach a moderate red color. You should do this over high heat. Let them just brown on the outside. They will finish cooking inside and then they will cook together with the sauce. Everything will be fine, don't worry. Turn these meatballs in the oil more frequently and carefully so that they don't get stuck on one side and get burned. They've been frying for just 2-3 minutes like this, and okay, that's enough. Excess oil? Now we remove it immediately. You know, if I were making pilaf, I would leave all that oil. In pilaf, the oil would settle on the rice, and that would be nice, but there will be sauce here. And it's too thick and oily. The crust has no place in the sauce. Aromas and flavors dissolve in the oil. But on the other hand, all the delicious aromas, all the pleasant flavors dissolve precisely in the oil and fats. What exactly do I mean by pleasant flavors? Well, first of all, we're going to fry the onion here. Here's another onion chopped up for frying. The oil is hot, and the heat is quite strong, so the onion will fry to a golden color pretty quickly. But to beginners, I have to say this. So if you're cooking a dish with a sauce, I don't know, something, there will be onion to be present. A large amount of onion, but it's not a small amount. Make sure to add a little bit of turmeric, just literally a third. A teaspoon, 1/4 of a teaspoon. Why? Do you see how much we're cooking? Inevitably, some food will be left for tomorrow. It won't squeeze through with turmeric. And it looks beautiful with turmeric. It turns out very colorful. Look for yourself. See how festive, pilaf-like color the onion has taken on. They said pilaf, right? Wonderful. Carrot. Onion and carrot are a flavor combination that defines the taste of our favorite dish, of our pilaf. So if you want to cook something delicious, there's no need to come up with flavor combinations. Let's, mix apples with pasta. No. Use what is already found in traditional cuisines. These flavor combinations won't let you down. Since we're already talking about traditional combinations, what else is in pilaf besides onions? So we have meat, meatballs, carrots, and, of course, cumin. Well, that's delicious. So we'll add it here. Why not? Well, here's just a little bit of a teaspoon of cumin. I'll simply add exactly a teaspoon of black pepper. The food should be slightly spicy, just a little bit. You know, a person should eat, they shouldn't have to understand why it tastes good. He shouldn't say, oh, how spicy the pepper is, and now it tastes good to me. No, he just needs to eat and say, this is delicious. He shouldn't notice either the cumin or the black pepper. he should just enjoy the tasty food. Now we need to add some water here, so everything can steam, cook and boil. And the sauce will turn out quite watery. It won't have the proper thickness. If we had roasted some strong bones here with a lot of connective tissue and then simmered them, that would give exactly what I'm talking about. You know, the feeling of heartiness from the sauce itself. That would give exactly what I'm talking about. You know, the feeling of heartiness from the sauce itself. This, guys, is miso paste. This is fermented soy paste. Don't be scared of the word fermented. I realize that not everyone understands this word. And everyone thinks it's some kind of chemistry. All food, potatoes are chemistry. Bell peppers are chemistry. Turmeric. We are all made up, strictly speaking, of chemistry. But fermented soybean paste is a completely natural product that are used in China, Korea, and Japan. All over Southeast Asia. And they live less than we do. However, onions and carrots are sweet products. We've already ensured heartiness and thickness thanks to that miso paste. The taste and aroma from the onions and carrots, but these are sweet products. You see, it won't taste good. If there's sweetness, there should be acidity. If there's white, there has to be black so you can see that it's white. So this is tomato paste. I think that will be more than enough. All right, I'll add just a little bit more. Bell pepper is also sweet. You understand? Now we need to mix everything together. Make sure. Saute the tomato paste. Right now it smells like raw tomatoes. That smell of raw tomatoes has to go. Otherwise, all this heartburn from national cuisine cafes is because they also use tomato paste, but they don't saute it. I always lightly saute it, and I ask you to do the same. And nothing bad will ever happen to you. No, trust me, if this all simmers a bit now, it will already be incredibly delicious and flavorful. Now definitely drop the potatoes in here. They'll cook thoroughly and turn into superfood. The potatoes will be incredibly tasty. You just need to add some salt to them. I'm putting the potatoes in whole. No need to cut them. They'll take quite a while to cook. About 40 minutes. In 40 minutes, any potato will be cooked just right. Well, 1 tablespoon of salt at least in this sauce, because there will be other ingredients as well. Besides the potatoes, here the garlic was in whole, the potatoes whole, and the heads of garlic whole. Since we started making pilaf, let's be consistent. And you can also drop in a couple of chili peppers for some aroma. It will be delicious. Whoever wants it spicy can take it, open it up, and they'll have their spice. And also, oh, what did I forget? Paprika. Paprika thickens any sauce. Paprika is very tasty. You've all had delicious goulash at least once in your life, right? It's tasty, often because meat was cooked in it, because a lot was cooked in it. Luka, because the Hungarians started adding paprika to their goulash 400 to 500 years ago. Why don't we add it? You see, the sauce will be very beautiful, really red and thick, and also tasty. What is paprika? It's dried red bell pepper. We're cooking bell peppers, so we doubled the flavor of the bell pepper. Don't tell anyone. Everyone will think it's tomato paste since it's red. That's it. Let it come to a boil and simmer a little. For what purpose? To check for salt. So, it's boiling, yes, and at the bottom that's the foundation, it's potatoes. Then when you eat this sauce and scoop it up, something will be missing. You know, you could make small dumplings, like the size of a big toe, and drop them in here. It would turn out really tasty. So that when you want potatoes, you can take some, and when you want a dumpling, you can take that too. I don't have any dumplings. We soaked the chickpeas, boiled them until they were 70% cooked. Because here in the Kazan, in an acidic environment, it wouldn't cook through from start to finish. And now this sauce is going to be a bit more fun. You eat, you take it, and if you want, you might get some potatoes, or just the sauce, but inside the spoon, there are 1 or 2 peas. You can break the meatball apart, and it turns out really well. Place the meatballs around the edges. You see, we're cooking on a gas stove. Here the heating comes from the center of the Kazan. The edges of the Kazan, alas, in this case turn out to be the coldest. And the meatballs don't need too much heat, otherwise they'll overcook. Here we have completely raw minced meat, while the meatballs are already half cooked. All right, lay down the bell peppers. Some prefer for the sauce to get inside the bell pepper so that it soaks into the filling. But in my opinion, there's no need to do that. You see, we will have filling soaked in sauce, meatballs, one for each. And here the filling will remain something different. You ate at a slice of this bell pepper. With the filling, it has one flavor, while the sauce with potatoes and peas has a different taste. The meatballs add a third flavor. You see, it's like notes. There should be a truly delightful symphony of flavors and textures, like music in your mouth when you eat. Let's wait 40 minutes. Well, that's it. By the smell I can tell, by the smell I can feel that it's very much done. And look at what a vibrant sauce you have. Thick. I'm telling you, it's aromatic. You won't know until you cook it this way. What was difficult here? Absolutely nothing. On the other hand, we have a dish that you wouldn't be ashamed to serve on a holiday in front of dear guests. So, are we serving it? Notice that the pepper is still holding its shape. That's right. When the pepper has already completely collapsed, well, hello, overcooked. That's not good. Of course, it's also important how to serve it. And believe me, there's plenty to beautifully arrange here. Just look at these little cakes, and also some potatoes. To be honest, lately I've been hearing from people, I don't eat potatoes. And all of this with such pomp, like they've reached such financial heights that they've stopped eating potatoes. That's silly. Potatoes are delicious. It's tasty and filling. And don't be too sure, right now, we're living well, and God willing, it stays that way. But times can be different. And the dish with potatoes, well, the potatoes themselves help many nations survive. It's delicious, it's good, and now it's going to be beautiful too. 1 clove of garlic, for instance. 2 cloves of garlic, for example. 1 pepper, 2 peppers, and peas with sauce. And right here between the peppers, I don't know if you've perhaps already noticed or not, as you may have noticed by now, I serve as done in Central Asia and the Caucasus. There's a shared dish. Everyone can serve themselves, but close friends and family eat from one dish. One common dish is placed on the table. Because there, everyone can, of course, serve themselves onto their plates, but close friends and especially family can eat from one common dish. You see, food should bring people together. Otherwise, the apartments are separate. Everything is separate. Well, that's good. No, that's good. Of course, having your own separate apartment instead of a dorm is very nice. But we also separate at the table. Do you understand? But on the contrary, we need to come together. We need to prepare such a dish. Lift it up gently and carefully, and with a smile wish your friends and everyone around you a good appetite.